Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe.
Radha
Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Gaur Bhimanande. Dayam Vishupad Paramahamsa Pri Vrajagacharya Stotra Satya Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Shirabai Charanarvin Bhaktivedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Skandaviti Founders Areas Divine Grace Sri Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Samavata Bhakta Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Nitai Gaura Bhimanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and to Sri Gauranga. All glories to Sri Prabhupada Ki.
Jai Sri Prabhupada ki jai.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Sharakaya Taksuranmiritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jita Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavam Sya Sri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitam Sya Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostite Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suchidevi Pranamami Haripriye Vansakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyaivasya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, let us first offer respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Nara Narayan Rishi, the supremmost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Sri Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta Prayasha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatvitama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering a service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within a heart becomes destroyed or practically to nil, and a loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, whose praise with transcendental songs becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahmasamritam Uttama Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swastayanam Mahat. The Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, the Srila Vyasadeva, It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Sri Advaita Gadadhara,
Shri Advaita Gadadhara,
Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta
Shri
Binda.
Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Binda,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Surabhyaya Namaha.
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 Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Yat kripatamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our morning Bhagavatam class, continuing from Canto number 1, chapter 9, the passing away of Bhishma Dev. Text number 38. Yes. Shita Vishika Hato Vishirna Damshaha Shataja
Shataja
Paripluta
Paripluta
Atatayino
Tatayino
Me
Me
Prasabham
Prasabham
Abhisasara
Abhisachara
Mad Vidhartham Vadhartham
Dhartam
Sa Bhavatu.
Bhavatu
Yeah. Me
Me
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
Gatir
Gatir
Mukundaha
Mukundaha
Shita Vishika Hato Vishirnadham Damshaha
Sita Vishika Hata Vishirnadamsha
Shataja Paripluta Atato Ino Men
Shataja Paripluta Atayino Me
Prasabham Abhisasara Madvadhartam
Prashabham Abhisachara Madhartam
Madvadhartam
Madhartam
Sabhavatu me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha
Sabhavatu Me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha
Shita Vishika Hato Vishinar Damsaha
Sita Vishika Hata Vishirnadamsha
Shataja Paripluta Atato Ino Me
Shataja Paripluta Atayino Me
Prasabham Abhisasara Madvathartam
Prashabham Abhisachara Madvadhartham
Sabhavatu me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha
Sabhavatu Me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha
Shita Vishikha Hato Visirna Damsaha
Sita Vishika Hata Vishirnadamsha
Shataja Pariplutta Attatayino Me
Sataja paripluta tataino me.
Prasabham Abhishasara Madvatartam
Prasabham abhishashara madhvaratham.
Sabhavatu Me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha
Sabhavatu me bhagavan gatir mukundaha.
चिद्विषीकहतो विशीर्णदंशः
Shita Vishikka Hato Visirna Damsaha
शतजपरिलुप्त आततायिनो मे
Shataja Paripluta Atitayano Me
प्रसभमविसासारमदगतार्थम्
Prasabham Abhisasara
Madhvaratham.
Madhvatatam
स भवतु मे भगवान् गतिर्मुकुन्दः
Sabhavatu Me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha
Sita Vishika Hata Vishrinadamsha
Shita Vishikka Hato Visirna
Sajata Paripluta Atataino Me
Shataja Paripluta Atatayino Me
Prasabham Abhishashara Madvadhartham
Prasabham Abhisasara Madvatartam
Sabhavatu Me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha
Sabhavatu Me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha
Shitavishikahato Vishirnadanshaha
Shita Vishikka Hato Visirna Damsaha
Paripluta Atataino Me
Shataja Paripluta Atatayino Me
Bhisara Madhudhartham
Prasabham Abhisasara Madvadhartam
Bhavatu Me Bhagavan Gatir Mukunda
Sabhavatu Me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha
Shitavishikahato Vishirnadanshaha
Shita Vishikka Hato Visirna Dhamsaha
Shataja Paripluta Atataino Me
Shatata Paripluta Atatayino Me
Sabham Abhisasara Madvadhartam
Prasabham Abhisasara Madhvatartam
Sabhavatu Me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha
Sabhavatu Me Bhagavan Gatir Mukundaha Shita Shita Sharp Vishikka
Vishika
Arrows
arrows
Hataha
Hataha
Wounded by
wounded by
Vishirna Dhamsaha
Vishrinadamshaha
Scattered shield
scattered shield
Shataja
Shataja
by wounds
by wounds
Pariplutaha
Pariplutaha
smeared with blood
smeared with blood
Atatayinaha
Atatainaha
the great aggressor
the great aggressor
may
may
my
my
Prasabham
Prasabham
in an angry mood
in an angry mood
Abhisasara
Abhisachara
began to move on
began to move on
Matvadhartham
Madhvada Artham
for the purpose of killing me
for the purpose of killing me
Saha
Saha
he
he
Bhavatu
Bhavatu
may become
may
may
my
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
the personality of Godhead
the personality of Godhead
Gatihi
Gatihi
a destination
destination
Mukundaha
Mukundaha
who awards salvation.
who awards salvation.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki.
Jai.
May He, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who awards salvation, be my ultimate destination. On the battlefield, He charged me, as if angry because of the wounds dealt by my sharp arrows. His shield was scattered, and his body was smeared with blood due to the wounds. Kindly repeat after me. May he
May He,
Lord Sri Krishna,
Lord Sri Krishna,
the personality of Godhead,
personality of Godhead,
who awards salvation,
who awards salvation,
be my ultimate destination.
be my ultimate destination.
On the battlefield,
On the battlefield,
he charged me
he charged me
as if angry
as if angry
because of the wounds
because of the wounds
dealt by my sharp arrows.
dealt by my sharp arrows.
His shield was scattered,
His shield was scattered,
and his body was smeared
and his body was smeared
with blood
with blood
due to the wounds.
due to the wounds.
Report. The dealings of Lord Krishna and Bhishmadev on the battlefield of Kurukshetra are interesting because the activities of Lord Sri Krishna appear to be partial to Arjuna and at enmity with Bhishmadeva. But factually, all this was especially meant to show special favor to Bhishmadev, a great devotee of the Lord. And the following sentence is in italics, means Prabhupada is giving emphasis to the following statement. The astounding feature of such dealings is that a devotee can please the Lord by playing the part of an enemy. The Lord, being absolute, can accept a service from his pure devotee, even in the garb of an enemy. The Supreme Lord cannot have any enemy, nor can a so-called enemy harm him, because he is Ajita, or unconquerable. But still he takes pleasure when his pure devotee beats him like an enemy, or rebukes him from a superior position, although no one can be superior to the Lord. Now, these are some of the transcendental reciprocatory dealings of the devotee with the Lord. And those who have no information of pure devotional service cannot penetrate into the mystery of such dealings. Bhishmadev played the part of a valiant warrior, and he purposely pierced the body of the Lord so that to the common eyes it appeared that the Lord was wounded. But factually, all this was to bewilder the non-devotees. The all-spiritual body cannot be wounded, and a devotee cannot become the enemy of the Lord. Had it been so, Bhishmadev would not have desired to have the very same Lord as the ultimate destination of his life. Had Bhishmadev been an enemy of the Lord, Lord Krishna could have annihilated him without even moving. There was no need to come before Bhishmadev with blood and wounds. But he did so because the warrior devotee wanted to see the transcendental beauty of the Lord decorated with wounds created by a pure devotee. This is the way of exchanging transcendental rasa, or relations between the Lord and the servitor. Heads up. At least we should try to be conscious in hearing the purport. Maybe the class will be boring like a, huh?
I am hearing.
You're hearing.
Yes.
Yeah, but the way you're hearing is not the way to hear.
Okay.
You have to sit up as a yogi with a straight back. That is the proper way of hearing. This is the way of exchanging transcendental rasa, or relations between the Lord and the servitor. By such dealings, both the Lord and the devotee become glorified in their respective positions. The Lord was so angry that Arjuna checked him when he was moving towards Bhishmadev. But in spite of Arjuna's checking, he proceeded toward Bhishmadev as a lover goes to a lover, without caring for hindrances. Apparently, his determination was to kill Bhishmadev, but factually, it was to please him as a great devotee of the Lord. The Lord is undoubtedly the deliverer of all conditioned souls. The impersonalists desire salvation from him, and he always awards them according to their aspiration. But here, Bhishmadev aspires to see the Lord in his personal feature. All pure devotees aspire for this. Translation again. May he, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who awards salvation, be my ultimate destination. On the battlefield, he charged me, as if angry because of the wounds dealt by my sharp arrows. His shield was broken, and his body was smeared with blood due to the wounds. So the science of rasa, which is being referred to here and which is being demonstrated also, is a subject matter that simply cannot be understood by non-devotees, and which is also, even for devotees, not so easy to comprehend. So here it mentions how actually the Lord arranges in this material world that certain individuals or personalities take the role of his enemy and fight against him, as was the case here with grandfather Bhishmadev. Also, he's actually accepting or seeing the Lord as his worshipable object. So, not easy to understand. If someone is my worshipable object, normally I don't shoot arrows at him. But this was a very, very involved situation, very unusual situation where the whole battlefield of Kurukshetra brought together individuals who had all kinds of very personal relationships. It's like normally you also don't fight against your guru. Arjuna had to fight against his guru. He had to fight against his grandfather. He had to fight against people with whom he had close relationship. So one of the tattvas, there are our whole philosophy and Krishna consciousness is based on tattva. What is the meaning of tattva? Tattva means what is absolute truth, isn't it? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna refers to tattva as the end result of someone who takes up the process recommended by the Lord. Tattva-darshini, tattva-darshan, tattva-darshan. Just like there's Bhagavad darshan. Bhagavad darshan. Here in Bengal, they have a magazine they call Bhagavad darshan. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. So Bhagavad darshan is like Back to Godhead magazine. Bhagavad. Our goal is to one day get Bhagavad darshan, the darshan. And in the Bhagavad Gita, of course, Krishna explains the process. What is the process to get Bhagavad darshan? Just go to a book distributor and get a copy. That's the beginning, one way. So how to get Bhagavad darshan?
Krishna tells in the Gita,
Mm.
go to a guru
Yes.
because he can Bhagavad Darshan himself, so he can Bhagavad Darshan you.
And
He
what is
can show you.
and what is that process? What is that verse?
I don't remember the verse. But
तत्विधि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया.
Is that the correct verse?
yes.
Yes. Yes. So what are the three qualifications or prerequisites in order given in the verse? Who knows? Yeah, Sanskrit. Knowing Sanskrit helps a little bit. Pranipat. What is meaning of pranipat?
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Means taking humble position. Huh?
Take shelter of Guru.
Taking shelter, yes. Means developing what is called meekness. You know meekness? Meek and humble. Meek means having, having our head down, not sleeping, but having our head down in offering obeisances. So that is the first. Unless one has that mentality of what is called humility or submission, it is said that actually one is not qualified to ask questions. One needs the beginning of one's qualification actually to be inquisitive, because that's tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena. That's the second. You cannot ask questions unless you have pranipat, isn't it? Unless you have a very sincere desire genuine desire to understand, isn't it? So inquisitiveness must be accompanied with, or prior to inquisitiveness, that mood or mentality. And then the third is seva. One must be eager, not only willing, but eager to engage in service, because ultimately that is our constitutional position. So one of the 10 tattvas, what is one of the 10 tattvas in relation to our verse today, in relation to rasa? Krishna is known as Rasa Samudra. What is the meaning of Rasa Samudra? What is Samudra? Ocean. Yes. So Krishna, he is the ocean of rasa. He is also known as Rasaraj. He is the king of all rasa. This is being demonstrated here. his relationship with Bhishmadev. It is not material, it's not ordinary. Bhishmadev was experiencing transcendental bliss in shooting his arrows to Krishna, and Krishna was experiencing also transcendental bliss in receiving those arrows, knowing that actually Bhishmadev was acting in this way to actually help, to force him to break his promise of not fighting. And in that, wonderful picture of Krishna actually charging like a lion, isn't it? Bhishmadev. There's Arjuna who's holding him back. No. Because Arjuna has affection, and also he knows that Krishna made a promise. He doesn't want Krishna to break his promise. But so that's a whole wonderful pastimes which is being referred to here. So rasa, actually, as devotees, we are meant to awaken this whole dimension of rasa. Rasa exists, of course there are many different types of rasa, but there's two, we could say, levels of rasa. Material rasa and spiritual rasa. What is the difference between material rasa and spiritual rasa? One is Maya and one is, yeah. One is temporary, yes. Material.
One entrap us in the material world, and one is freed from the.
One entraps us, keeps us entangled, keeps us conditioned more and more in the material world, and the other one, Mukunda,
Yes.
leads us to liberation. Yeah. So it means that actually we cannot avoid rasa. It means we cannot avoid loving relationships. We have a natural affinity. We have a natural inclination. We have a natural desire for rasa. Because rasa, what are some of the words in English that describe rasa?
Taste.
Taste, mellows, and yes. So rasa is a kind of taste or mellow, or you could say also attraction, isn't it? Attraction. Just like in Delhi, there is one kind of what's it called? One kind of laddu. Anyone been to Delhi?
Yes.
Huh? You been to Delhi? They say that there is one kind of laddu. Maybe it has another name, but it's called Delhi laddu or something. That it is. Everyone is craving. Craving means having a very intense attraction, intense desire to taste this particular kind of very special laddu. And those who have tasted it, they cannot stop having that strong desire to again taste it. And those who have not yet tasted it have heard so much about it that they also have a strong inclination or strong desire. So Prabhupada actually describes sex life as that kind of laddu. Everyone in the material world is actually, until and unless we know about Krishna, will be attracted to that laddu, either having tasted it or not tasted it. Because it's a natural inclination. It's as they say, it is part of our DNA. You know, huh?
Maithunagar.
Yes, Maitana. So that original source, the source of attraction, the source of mellow, the source of taste, and the source of sex life is actually Krishna. Yes.
Without taste, even one cannot able to eat food.
Without taste, yes.
Therefore, taste is necessary.
But nowadays, most people, they are eating food that is tasteless.
Yeah.
Confirmed, isn't it? Today's food mostly has lost a lot of the natural taste because we have manipulated, isn't it, with agriculture in so many different ways. Yeah, and so so therefore, there's a nice purport given by I believe Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. We know that verse in the Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Krishna is very pleased if even one offers him a leaf, a flower, or a little water, but with love and devotion, isn't it? Krishna is after that love and devotion. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments how the the real love and devotion in offering, let's say, food to the Lord is food that is grown by the Lord's devotees, isn't it? And most of the food that we offer today is grown by non-devotees. Yeah, correct. And most of the food that we offer to the Lord today is
Contaminated.
that's the very word I was looking for. Contaminated. Yes. So will Krishna be pleased with such food?
No.
No. If somebody comes to you and offers somebody who you don't know and offers you food that is not fresh and not tasty, then you may take it one time because you don't know, but you will not take it second time.
Yes.
Yeah. So rasa is a very deep, just like this particular lila is full of very very deep meaning, which can only be understood by those who have purified consciousness. And who has purified consciousness? Those who are devotees, those who are on the path of devotional service. So these are the, of course, yeah, Prabhupada mentions here and other places also that the Lord, He performs some of these pastimes sometimes simply to mislead or bewilder the atheists. They'll say, oh, just see, you say that he has, you're telling he has spiritual body. See the blood coming. They don't know that this is transcendental blood. Krishna has a transcendental body, and all of his activities, as he confirms, Janma Karma Same Dibyam. They are Dibyam, transcendental. Otherwise, how he can perform these super human activities that he does, not just once. Yeah, that's one of them. Coming up very soon, Kartik. Giri Govardhan, lifting a Govardhan hill. All of his pastimes, whether it's in Vrindavan, in Mathura, in Dwarka, uh, Kurukshetra, they are transcendental activities. So our practice, it means that our practice of Krishna consciousness is meant to awaken, to evoke what is actually within each and every one of us, but presently we can say not not manifest. Yeah. Yes. So Grandfather Bhishmadev is praying that may I eternally have this vision of my Lord. Uh, that particular um, activity or that particular pastime of the Lord, out of love and affection for his devotee Arjuna, um, taking up this wheel, broken chariot wheel, and running towards Grandfather Bhishmadev. Yeah. Actually, yeah. So, any questions on this?
It means is Golok Dham or Vaikuntha Dham is spiritual world, and they not comes out blood.
Whether in Vaikuntha, no, Krishna's coming out of blood happens in the material world, not in the spiritual world. Krishna comes in the material world to perform especially chivalrous type of fighting type of activities, because nobody fights in the spiritual world. So, so sometimes, just like Prabhupada gives a nice example, that sometimes a big man, people who are very, like in India we call crorepati, who have a lot of money, and who are like, they're like the head of their company, and every time people see them, this like, or like this, whatever, they give all respect. And so that person, sometimes he feels that everyone is treating me. So he wants to have more simple, natural relationship. So Prabhupada, I think, yeah, we were giving that example that Prabhupada gave many years ago. Somebody was waiting to see, he had come to some big building, because usually people who have lots of money have big building to show that they have a lot of money. And he was waiting and waiting to see this big man. The secretary was telling him, no, he's busy right now. Just wait. And he was waiting. And then, you know the story? No. Waiting. Then after some time, he started, the secretary had gone out of the office. He was alone. He thought, what's he busy doing? I've been waiting here already 2 hours. So he went to the door and he looked inside the key. That door had a keyhole, you could see. And what did he see inside? This big president of the company, he was lying on the ground. I mean, walking like on four, and his little grandson was sitting on his back and going, "Giribo, Giribo." He was playing like a horse, just to please his grandchild, So in other words, Krishna sometimes he wants people to interact more naturally, more spontaneously, and therefore he likes to fight also because it's a natural propensity. We see a lot of that happening in Kali Yuga, especially. So the Lord, because everything that is manifest, there's connection with Krishna. So he comes sometimes to perform. So there's no blood in the spiritual world.
So the demons, they are only in
Uh-huh.
the demons.
Demons.
They are only in like Bhoma Vrindavan.
Yeah, the demons are in Bhoma Vrindavan. I mean, not only in Bhoma Vrindavan, Krishna traveled to so many places also where he met with different, he killed people in outside of Bhoma Vrindavan also.
Maharaj, in Gita, Shri Krishna says that no one can fall down from my dham. So how Jay or Vijay falls to the Vaikuntha? Raman and Kumbhakarna.
Because they were at the doorstep. They were outside, they were at the doorstep. They were guarding, and that's why the four Kumaras became a little upset because they are eternal brahmacharis who travel at will, and they wanted to enter. Yeah. So sometimes those some living entities in the spiritual world, they come down to help, to assist, or be part of Krishna's lila or pastimes. Okay. So Grandfather Bhishmadev will continue his prayers tomorrow and maybe the next few days. Yeah. Jai Grandfather Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Jai Sri